Video number 17 is going to be some article housekeeping. We've got some odds and ends to put together before we go on to the second half of this course. If you remember, about a few days ago, I wrote an article, What is the Purpose of the FAFSA Application? And I used it as a demonstration of how to load an article into the ezine Articles system. And within 12 hours of going live, this article received a number 5 ranking, and I'll show that to you right here. Here's the Google, What's the Purpose of the FAFSA Application? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's my article, What's the Purpose of FAFSA Application, Stacy Fox. So as you can see, this is without building any backlinks to the system. In fact, you can see that the government's page is actually below mine. Here's the government's page on the FAFSA application, and I actually have a higher ranking of that, and that's the power of ezine Articles. Now in the last 3 videos I did a speed writing exercise. The scholarship article that I wrote from scratch from my head, I did in 5.5 minutes. That one I'll actually be loading into ezine Articles in the next day or so, and I might do a little bit of cleanup, maybe 2 more minutes of cleanup before it gets loaded, but it's still well under the 10 minutes that I said. The home alternate energy article, that was something I knew nothing about, but I had a PLR article. I was able to do that in 7.5 minutes. The over 50s life insurance, that one actually took me 10.5 minutes. I missed it by a half a minute. But that was the one where I actually had to go in and find 3 articles to kind of summarize together. So the idea that you have to, that if after 3 months you'll be writing 3 articles in an hour, that's not beyond your ability. That's very much within what you can accomplish. Next, I want to talk about having more than 1 article per keyword. And this is because you never know what will catch. Some articles will get more views, some of them will get higher click ratios, and others will get picked up by other websites more. And I want to show you an example of this. This article here is the timeline for foreclosure, a day-by-day overview. The next article is timeline for foreclosure, how much time you have to save your home depends on your state laws. This article got 135 views. We're talking, this has been alive for over a year. It got 135 views. It's just terrible, terrible, terrible. This one here, much, much better, 2,700 views. Why did one catch and one didn't? I don't know. They both start with the same keyword. They both have the same keyword density. This one got me 19 clicks to my site. This one got me over 500. This one got picked up by 1 other website and posted on their website. This one got picked up by 12 other websites. So you never know what'll catch, and so it's important to write multiple keywords, multiple articles for each keyword. Similarly, it's okay to use more than 1 keyword in an article. You should have a main keyword, and that's got to be in the headline, preferably at the beginning of the headline. But it's okay to have a secondary keyword in the article as well. This also helps with your LSI. But don't think that means you don't have to write as many articles. Just because you're putting 2 articles in a keyword doesn't mean you only have to use 1 article. And let me give you a final example today. This is my main keyword. This article has been live for about 7 months, and it's gotten more than 4,000 views. And my main keyword is Toll Wedding Decorations, and you can see every day it gets 2 or 3, sometimes 4 views. But these are also things that that get searched by Google, and if I work them into my my article as secondary keywords, I get as many as 5 views a day on them. So you can see that having secondary keywords in your article can also help. The next piece of odds and ends I want to talk about is using ezine article categories to help you come up with article ideas. I have a ezine that I send out every week. They're just romance tips for people who want to be more romantic and bring romance into their lives. It's a short tip followed by an affiliate recommendation for flowers or for an ebook or different things. And the way I drive traffic to my sign-up page is through articles, of course. And I was writing a lot of articles in the relationships category, relationships, dating for boomers, love, marriage. And quite frankly, I got a little bit tired of writing in the relationship category. So I went through the other e-zine article categories to see if there was anything I could write on. And so I would just go through each category and say, is there a romance tip here? Is there a romance tip here? And when I get to the food and drink category, I saw there was a subcategory on chocolate, and that was an aha moment. You know, of course you can talk about chocolate when it turns to romance. And so I wrote 3 or 4 articles to place in the food or drink category. One of my best articles for this particular niche has come out of the travel and leisure niche. There's a section on destination tips, and I did an article on romance destinations and tips for romantic weekends. And that's been my most successful article for this weekly romance tips newsletter. So don't be afraid to, or in fact I encourage you to look through e-zine articles, various categories, to help you find new ideas and new approaches to your articles for niches where you've gotten a little stale. And then I want to talk about how not every category is going to catch for you. I think that pay-per-click is a science, and you're always testing and trying to figure out what's going to work for you and what words are slightly better. And because you're paying out every time, you're constantly refining. Article marketing, on the other hand, is more of an art. And because it's an art, not everything is going to work as perfectly as you had hoped. And there are some niches that you're going to go into that just don't quite catch. And this has happened to me in 2 niches in particular. One is payday loans and one is Medicare signups. Both of these have great CPA offers, and I wrote what I thought were great articles, and put everything I knew into the headlines and to the resource boxes, and they just didn't catch. It may be because I've never been in a position where I needed a payday loan, and that I'm not old enough for Medicare. In fact, my parents aren't old enough for Medicare. So these are things maybe I didn't write with enough empathy, but no matter what I did, I didn't seem to catch on these articles. And so I moved on to the next niche, and I think that's it's a very good insight to know that it's okay to have, if you're in multiple niches, things aren't going to always work in every niche. And article marketing requires that you write for the editors of the article directories, that you write for the search engines, but also that you write for real people, and that takes some empathy. And if you don't have the empathy for the people, you might not connect with them, and you might not do as well with article marketing. It's not a matter of writing a classified ad the way it is with pay-per-click. It's a matter of really connecting with real people. So basically, we've covered more than half of the course, and we've gone over the kind of the how-tos. In the second half of the course, we're going to look at kind of how you make your article sparkle. We're going to talk about headlines and resource boxes, which are the 2 most important parts of your article. Then we're going to talk a little bit about where to send your traffic. This isn't a course on landing pages, but it is important that you know what to do with the traffic that you get from your articles. We're also going to talk about multiple formats for articles, because writing the article is the hard part. There are so many things you can do once you have an article written. We're also going to talk about building backlinks to your articles. You can move up on Google search engines by building the backlinks. Many people think of backlinks as something you do for your own sites, but it's equally important for your articles. And we're going to round out the course by staying motivated, because this article marketing is something that you continue to do on a day in and day out basis. So I hope you've enjoyed the course so far, and I hope that you're looking forward to the rest of the course.